cross on my back, tell my story and my song. And these are my traditions that I'm gonna carry on. And I wear these colors proudly, like I was raised to do.
What is up, Talawanda FFA? I hope everybody's having a great day and a great first week back. Now, I know this virtual setting isn't exactly ideal for how we wanted to start our school year back, but we've got to make the best of what we have, and I hope we're back in school in the next 9 weeks. So, with the virtual setting, we decided to make the best of it, so why not hold some weekly announcements? So, if you're holding some virtual weekly announcements, then you have to have a host, and my name's Austin Weekley, so I cannot not hold the weekly announcements. So the weekly announcements are going to be based on just a bunch of FFA news for the week and some upcoming dates that we have in store for you guys. So the first thing I wanted to hit on was our first chapter meeting. So our meetings are always the second Wednesday of every month. So this one, our first meeting's about 2 weeks away, and hopefully you guys keep in contact with your teachers and keep an eye on your Gmail account, because we're going to be having our first meeting, and it seems like it's going to have to be on a Zoom style meeting. So make sure you keep an eye on your emails to not miss those meetings. The second thing I wanted to touch on was all these online tests. So we've been extremely fortunate to have done really well with all these tests. We've came home with 3 banners and numerous plaques, and that's a big deal for us as a chapter, because all these contests just help put our name farther out into the community. So I just want to extend a big congratulations to all those teams. That included the floriculture team, the nature interpretation team, and the vet science team, who all brought home banners. So big congratulations to them. And then I also want to give a big congratulations to all those people who took those tests and did really well in them. So congratulations to everybody in those teams as a whole. The other thing I wanted to key in on with the online tests is the online tests that are happening today. So if you haven't already, talk to Ms. Snyder or Ms. Roberts about taking those tests and getting involved. The tests that are happening today are the livestock judging test, the meats test, and the environmental and natural resources test. You can take one or you can take all 3. Just make sure you talk to your teachers to get some information about taking those tests. It doesn't hurt to get involved, and it doesn't matter how poorly or how great you do. Just as long as you take it and get involved, that's what matters the most for our chapter. Final thing I wanted to touch on for this weekly announcements is the virtual 5K. I know Ms. Snyder has a lot of the details about the race itself, so if you're thinking about getting involved, go talk to her about some of the technical details. The thing I really wanted to touch on was where the money goes that is raised through this 5K. So to enter, it's either $25 or $35. Make sure you talk to Ms. Snyder to get the final details. But all that money that is raised goes into a grant fund, which we can then apply for some grants in the fall and in the spring, to where we can get some money that'll help us go towards projects, whether it's in the community or through our chapter. So it's important to earn this money just so we can do some activities throughout the fall and into the spring. So that's it for the weekly announcements this week. If you guys have any ideas or anything you want me to do for the next weekly announcements, just either give them to me or talk to one of the advisors and they'll give them to me as well. So that'll be it for the weekly announcements. I'm Austin Weekley, and I'll see you next week.